Hey everyone, Andrew here. I'm going to do a little video showing how I would thin and set a bevel on a knife using a belt sander. This here is the belt sander. You can see it's nothing special. Kind of crude, but you know what, this saves hours and hours of work and a lot of wear on stones. And it's been very effective. It's just a Ryobi belt sander, my Ryobi 1 Kenobi I call it. It's outside and got a few nice blades to work on. Just got to thin out the bevels, and that's mostly what I do. Just do on the belt sander. Like, I'm not going to finish it on there. I'll finish it all on stones. It's just to get rid of any low spots, even out the grind, make the grind thinner behind the edge. And so we got some water here. Keep some cold water handy so you don't want to overheat the blades. It's got a Petty, Santoku, and a Gyoto. And you can see I just put some tape around there, around the collars of the handles, so they stay protected. Gonna start with a 50 grit. Right, this will be to take the majority of the steel off. And I'm gonna do most of the work on here to get rid of it, so there's less friction. Because the rougher it is, there will be less friction. Smoother it gets, the more friction there will be. That's why I only go 50 and then 80, and then I got a 120, and that's good enough. So we'll see how this works. See how this looks. If I can set up. Won't be able to, I'm not going to talk or anything when I'm grinding because it'll be too loud. But at least you can see what's going on here. I'll explain a bit more before I start. So, dip that blade in the cold water. And basically I'm just going to run the knife starting from the tip and run it along nice and steady along the grind, on the bevel, to the heel. One pass, keep it in the water, wipe the blade, right? And so on, do one side and then do the other. Pretty simple. Get started up. So that was the work on the 50 grit. You can see that was pretty quick. Sorry, I just used the phone. No fancy photography here, but you get the content. So you can see those are just like 3 passes on each side. And already it evened out the bevel. See some of the Karuchi wears off, but most of it stayed intact. This is fully reactive blade, so it'll patina and it'll get all polished up and be all sexy. But you can see if I can focus. I could even it out, shiny, but it's got some deep scratches. So I'm just gonna show the progress through the petty knife to keep it quick and simple, I guess. Right, I'll just switch to the 80 grit, then the 120 grit, and then I'll just get back to these. It's just at least to show the basic process. All right, so set up 50 grit built. I'll be done. 80 grit. Alright, so in between, I'll just stop and explain some things that maybe I thought I should have explained first, or might as well just explain as we go. Trying to get this to focus really sucks right now. Anyhow, so you can see that I would just try to start laying the blade as flat as possible and guiding it like this from the tip to the heel gradually, so I'm not focusing too much in one spot, right? And then this is my holding hand. This is just pushing, basically moving the blade forward, right? While my other hand was just keeping the blade over here and keeping the angle steady, right? And really no pressure, like maybe just enough to keep the bevel down. See, it slipped a little bit. Things happen. I always let people know that some blades will have the Kurouchi finish stay better longer than others. And then yeah, when you just want to move the blade like this gradually, because you don't want to keep it in one spot too long. It'll make the grind wonky. It also gives the chance for the blade to overheat, take out the temper, right? So you just go nice and even along the blade from heel to tip, tip to heel, right? And then I'm not putting much pressure down when I'm pressing the bevel down, but just enough to hold it steady. And then you can feel the temperature of the knife, the steel, right? You don't want it to get too hot that you can't touch it. Definitely don't want it to get that hot. You don't want sparks. You don't want it to go black or anything like that. Like, you just want to take the steel clean off, nice and quick, nice and even, as much as possible. And you can see I don't wear any gloves, right? No gloves. Keep your sleeves up, because you don't want anything to get caught. Yeah, you don't want anything to get caught and get sucked in there. And you can see, actually, the way I have this set up to you is I have this upside down, so I can work with this side here and it stays flat and it points away from me. So if anything does happen, right, if I lose control, the blade goes away from me, not to me, you know. So it's 80 grit. Switch over to the last belt I'll use, which is this 120 grit. And I like them a little bit worn out, because then the scratches, like on whether it's especially the 50 or the 80, you know, even the 120 a bit, want them a little bit worn out. You think fresh would be really nice here. It works really quick, but it leaves deeper scratches. And it depends too, I guess, on what kind of belts you get. These are just zirconium oxide or whatever it's called, you know, just not like those Trizacs or anything like that. So here we go with the 120. And that's all it took for the 120. So you can see, like, this whole video so far to this point is only 14 minutes, and some of that was stopping to talk and explain things and whatever, right? So see, within less than 20 minutes, anyhow, that would have saved hours and hours of work. You know, I'll get up and see if I can get better focus, better lighting, and still trying to get, this is always the hardest part. It's just trying to get something in focus. Anyhow, you can see that the blade is thinned out. See, there's maybe the tiniest low spot at the tip, but like I said, I've switched to stones, so anything minor like that gets corrected on stones, because I don't want to use the sander too much. It's just bare minimum to save hours and hours of work and wear on stones without So you can see that's pretty simple. Just a little belt sander, propped upside down, right? It's got screwed in there, 2x4s, and then duct tape just to cover the screws and hold everything together. Clamps on the table. Really, really simple. Like, of course, it'd be nice if we had a shop and stuff like that, but I don't. This is just for home, and it works great. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep it updated when you can see the more of the finish that comes along the way, like working on the stones and how the knife will actually turn out after thinning and polishing. That video will be coming up in the near future. Thanks for watching.